We are on a 3-week road trip through all parts of Norway. We are hiking, we see fjords, beautiful lakes, glaciers, mountains, beaches, the midnight sun, cities.
Kristiansund lies on multiple islands, so the ocean is never far away.
Most nights are spent in our tents.
Here is our tent. We always use the outer layer in case it rains. We have been using this thing. It's not very heavy. Ready to cook.
We just love driving, and this has been the perfect vacation for the summer of 2020. On this episode,
It doesn't matter that it's raining, we have a lot of umbrellas here.
Trondheim is famous for this church called...
Nidarosdomen.
Hello.
We found a forest to put up our tents. Beautiful view over the city.
In this video, we visit 4 Norwegian cities,
Trondheim, Kristiansund, Molde, and Ålesund.
starting our adventure in western Norway. We are driving the famous Atlantic Ocean road, and I will also explain the Norwegian camping rules and explain how we find beautiful places to stay. Yesterday we drove 10.5 hours from this beautiful beach at Senja, where I explained how we cook our food outdoors.
We have 2 pens, and now we have a small little kitchen here on the beach.
And we visited the Arctic Circle Center.
We're at the Arctic Circle.
We started the day by driving 6 hours to one of Norway's biggest cities. We returned to Trøndelag fylke, and we are officially no longer in northern Norway. We are now in central Norway. Central Norway's biggest city is...
Trondheim!
Vegard and I have never been to Trondheim, and it's fun to see what it looks like. It is Norway's 3rd biggest city, so it is a must-see city for us.
Trondheim has a lot of students. It is home of NTNU, Norwegian University of Science and Technology. So many young people move here. It doesn't matter that it's raining, we have a lot of umbrellas here.
Trondheim is famous for this church called...
Nidarosdomen. This is the biggest medieval building in the Nordics. It is 101 meters long and 50 meters wide, and is one of Europe's most significant pilgrimage churches. It was built in the year 1070, so it's almost 1,000 years old. Trondheim has gone through several fires, so this church has been rebuilt several times. You can enter the church and climb up the stairs and get a good view of the city if you want to.
We're gonna stay down here though, and move on to the next destination.
These colorful houses were built for trading. The buildings lie along both sides of the river Nidelva, and the oldest preserved buildings are from the mid-1700s. So these buildings are really old.
It is raining today, and we thought it would be a good idea to sleep inside tonight. But Trondheim is popular now, and we could not find any available hotel rooms. But we found a forest, we packed our things and started looking for a place to sleep. Ooh, look at a little duckling! And there are sheep here.
Aww. Hello. Hi.
Tenk at de kan spise seg så store og fine bare på gress.
This is a beautiful forest with cute animals. We're staying here tonight. In the first episode, I told you I would explain the Norwegian rules to camp. So while we're setting up the tent, I can explain it to you. In Norway, everyone can be in the nature, like in forests, at mountains, at beaches. We are really lucky to be able to do this. And it is important to take care of the nature by bringing your garbage and leaving it as you first saw it. In Norway, you can set up your tent and leave it there for 48 hours if it is at least 150 meters from the nearest inhabited house or cabin. You cannot set up your tent at someone else's private property without having their permission, like in gardens or pasture. We have already found so many beautiful places to set up our tents. It has not always been easy, like this time when we slept alongside the road. To find beautiful campsites, our best tool has been Google Maps in satellite mode. We zoom in on the map and look closely for suitable sites. We also use Street View in Google Maps to see what places look like. What we look for are places that lie away from buildings, that also have a place to park, and that preferably also have good views. We have learned that it is important to be patient, because it takes some time to find a good spot in Google Maps. But we never quite know what a place looks like until we're there, so many times we have visited 2 or 3 places before deciding, so finding a place to sleep takes time. When we were in Oppdal, it took around an hour and a half to search, drive, walk and decide until we found it. When we arrived Lofoten late at night, we drove for almost 2 hours before we found the perfect spot. I get a little impatient because I get tired and hungry, but as you see, it was totally worth the wait. Okay, the tent is ready and I'm wearing my wool pajamas.
We found a forest to put up our tents. It's called Bymarka and it's huge.
Isn't that a great sound to fall asleep to?
Takk.
Good morning. We just woke up from camping in Trondheim. Now we've seen a major city in central Norway and now we're heading to Norway's west coast.
And our hand-washed laundry is drying in the back seats. We enter a new fylke. This is Møre og Romsdal. Møre og Romsdal is the 9th biggest fylke in area and also comes at number 9 in population, out of 11 fylker in total. The biggest city is Ålesund, but first we are visiting another city, Kristiansund.
Welcome to Kristiansund, not to be confused with Kristiansand in southern Norway or Kristianstad in Sweden. Kristiansund lies on multiple islands, so the ocean is never far away.
And there are ferries that can bring you to those other islands. Kristiansund is a little town of 24,000 people. I like the colorful houses here. Let's try some local food. Strawberries! Norwegians love strawberries, especially the ones grown in Norway. Norway's west coast is highly irregular, with many islands and fjords, so building roads here is difficult. We will take many ferries and there are many bridges here. And one of Norway's most famous road with bridges is the Atlantic Ocean Road, or Atlanterhavsveien in Norwegian. The sea is everywhere around us. The road is 8.3 kilometers long and runs through an archipelago, an island group. The bridge we are crossing here is the most famous and most photographed of all the bridges. We turn the car around to show you the bridge from the other direction. We're stopping to take some pictures. Here is a pedestrian road to a viewpoint. From here, the bridge looks really cool. Let us repeat the name for you in case you forgot.
Atlanterhavsveien!
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a famous bridge because at the right angle, the bridge looks really cool. But I'm not super impressed. We have seen many bridges at other places in Norway that look the same or that are even more spectacular. But the area around is pretty fascinating. It's like there is water on all sides of the road. We enter a new city.
Molde. Molde is the administrative center of Møre and Romsdal, the fylke that we are in, and is known to have one of Norway's best soccer teams.
And even though it is raining and there is corona, there are many tourists. We just try to keep our distance to people. I like Molde because on a clear day there are beautiful views over snow-capped mountains right here. Let's move on again. As you may have learned from us, is that we are the kind of travelers that like to see a lot in a short period of time. We don't stay at a place for too long. We we enter Ålesund. Ålesund is, like Kristiansund, situated on various islands and is the entrance to some of Norway's most famous fjords and nature attractions that we will visit during the next days. In 1904, the town was destroyed by a fire. It is rebuilt, and in 2007, Ålesund was voted the most beautiful town in Norway by the Norwegians. And I have to say, I agree. This is a good looking town. Ålesund and other coastal Norwegian towns are known for fishing. We have not eaten fish yet on our whole trip. We want to stay healthy, so we ordered fish and chips. Of course, I'm joking. This dish isn't really healthy. But we like to live. We also like to walk up mountains. And that is what we want to do here too. This is a starting point for a viewpoint to see the whole town. There are stairs. Some are also numbered. There are seats to stop and rest. And soon we get a good view of the town. There were 440 steps and we spent about 10 minutes.
Ålesund is the biggest city of Møre and Romsdal, and right now we're at the Fjeldstua, where you can get a beautiful view over the city.
Vegard is a little badass. We have done so much today. We woke up in Trondheim, visited Kristiansund, drove the Atlantic Ocean Road, then visited Molde and Ålesund, and we still have time to find a place to sleep. This area is super scenic. Maybe we'll find something here.
We drove through this area on our way to Ålesund, and I thought, wow, this has to be the perfect place to set up our tents. So we went back here after visiting Ålesund and we tested the ground, and it was really swampy, it was really wet and hard to set up the tent there. So we decided to stay at a camping instead, but it's still really beautiful here. And Vegard is making dinner for us. Thank you, Vegard.
You are very welcome.
Impressive road. And I thought it was time for me to show you our tents. So this is the main entrance. So it's pretty roomy, especially for just 2 people. I get the big fat blue one, but he gets a pillow.